Christopher Titus.
And this is the Armageddon update.
Murder! Yeah, you heard me right. We're talking about killing, crimes of passion, and eating too much bacon. You know, murder. Murder is the dumbest thing you could do in our current world in 2023. Even after the death of Angela Lansbury. Between pinging your cell phone location, cameras everywhere, tracking your credit card, the GPS in your car, searching your text messages, your WhatsApp, Twitter, Instagram, and every picture you've ever put on Facebook, DNA evidence, and browser history, it is really hard to get away with murder. You might as well enter Lauren Boebert in a quantum physics math Olympics. This is Brian Walshe. He killed and dismembered his wife, Anna Walshe, and disposed of her remains in dumpsters because he wanted to end their marriage. So not only is he a psycho homicidal maniac, but he really hates couples counseling. This douchebag killed this woman, his wife. Now, listen, we've all thought, what if, right? No, look, the worst I've ever thought of doing to my wife is ignoring her while she's talking about the Louboutin spring line, which makes her want to kill me for not listening because the So-Kate booty is lit this season. So this guy is literally a murderer. What not to do? He must be Amish because he's obviously never seen any TV show or movie ever. Come on, man! Haven't you seen Pulp Fiction?
What you need to take care of are the really messy parts.
And we know he has the internet, though, because his search history had such prosecutor orgasming evidence as 10 ways to dispose of a dead body if you really need to, as opposed to just leaving the body there. He also searched dismemberment and the best ways to dispose of a body. And can you be charged with murder without a body? Also, and this was in his search history, can you identify a body with broken teeth? Now, I don't want to be a know-it-all about murder and or disposing of bodies, but between being tracked by his cell phone at the dumpsters near his mom's house, where they have video of him dumping trash bags, then the police track some of the bags to a dump, and guess what? The bags contained blood stains, DNA from his wife and him, cleaning equipment, a hacksaw, a hatchet, boots, and I can't believe how bad this is. They found his wife's Prada purse. How did they know it was hers? Because her COVID-19 vaccination card was in it. She was killed by the vaccine! Because the vaccine doesn't work against hatchets and hacksaws. I mean, the dude never even cleared his search history or even used incognito mode. Come on, you moron. He also bought $450 of cleaning supplies and tarps at Home Depot the day his wife disappeared. Now, I don't know if he's going to get convicted of murdering his wife, but I'm going to have to say, you ain't getting hired at the Gambiano family, okay? Do you understand? Jesus, work on it. Go to an open mic or something.
Is that okay, Tony? Did I sit?
I'm Christopher Titus, and this is the Armageddon update. God, I'm better at murdering and disposing of bodies, and I just watch a lot of TV. Jesus Christ. Just because of Breaking Bad, I know how to do it. God damn. Hey everybody, Christopher Titus Podcast. With me as always, the lovely and talented Bombshell Ray.
What's up, people?
And the amazing Highlander.
There can be only one.
Wow. Wow, he went lounge on it. That was cool. He's never done lounge.
He always somewhat copies mine and makes it better every time.
Oh, better? Oh, that's nice.
I need one of those mugs because you have a real mug and we have paper cups. So
they're upstairs. They're upstairs in the back office.
The screen staff.
Where are
that's you?
Somebody called me.
Where are they washed? Is the question.
They're washed.
We have hot water now.
Yeah, we got hot water.
After 6 years here, we have hot water downstairs.
It's more than 6 years, I think.
We don't have it together. Hi, guys. So I want to talk about, I realize the education system in America is so far broken that this guy couldn't even figure out how to dispose of a body. Like he must not have cable or any sort of streaming service. All you got to do is watch one series on Netflix and understand how to dispose of a body.
He left MAGA hats around everywhere.
He had arrows. He was like, have you seen me? I killed her. Now he was putting
those
on.
a little kid map.
He was putting those on telephone poles.
Like Scooby-Doo could have figured out.
When I first heard a couple of days ago, called you and said he Googled how to dispose of a 115-pound female body.
Yes.
It's like,
And then signed his name.
Yeah, pretty specific
named
though.
Anna.
Yeah.
It's
No. My wife was 118. But I went down this whole thing with this Walsh kid, and he's 45, and you look at the guy, and he looks like he looks dumb, but honestly, I'm back to education. How have you not seen any crime show in the world? So you have a degree in criminology. Explain to me.
I don't have a degree in criminology.
No, you studied it. It was a minor.
Criminal justice.
Criminal justice. That's what I meant. So, but you studied serial killers and stuff.
I did.
And
that was my area of focus.
And this guy's not a serial killer. You know, even serial killers would hate this guy. Be like, bro, you got to have a plan.
I just think, how have you lived in society for the last 20 years and not know that everything you Google, they can find always.
There's a camera everywhere.
A lot of men's buttholes just puckered, but it never goes away, ever.
As did Chris D'Elia's.
Yeah. And also that you can't take your phone everywhere. Right. And that you can't use a credit card to buy a shovel and tarps and
cleaning supplies.
Since like 1978, though.
Hey, by the way, is this good for blood? By the way, hey, can I? You can't get anybody at Home Depot. Guys, I need something.
Confused.
Can I get some help, please? Like, I gotta get. And by the way, I need a hatchet. Will this go through bone?
Will this bag hold these bones?
Oh, he did. He bought a hacksaw too.
Yeah,
that's right. That's right.
And then the funniest thing that made me, and by the way, it's horrible that the guy killed his wife.
It's not funny.
But the funniest, it's like if Don Knotts was going to kill his wife, if an Andy Griffith show, or it's the worst Jim Carrey premise ever.
Yeah.
So the guy, not only did he bag all this stuff up in one bag, went to his mom's house where they pinged his phone. Mm-hmm. He was dumping it in the dumpster. So they have video, a camera, like a Ring camera. Everybody has a Ring camera. By the way, it's not just buildings. We all have Ring cameras. We saw you. We can see you.
But we all know that. You got to you got to not drive your own car. You can't go on major toll roads. You got to leave your phone at home or wherever you want them to think you
just
were.
Guys, if I disappear.
Yeah.
I'm like,
you gotta.
She's got this.
Speaking of that, if I disappear, when I called him the other day about this, and I said, I just don't understand how it's like for nothing, right? Just get divorced or whatever.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But he instead kills her and is going to spend the rest of his life in prison. So was that even worth it?
Well, maybe he knows Titus's story. So he's like,
well, that's probably.
I think
I watched
option
Love
B.
is Evil and every other special after that, and I've decided it's better to kill her.
I
was joking.
Awesome if somebody ever testifies it was because of Love is Evil.
He watched Love is Evil all the time and decided he wouldn't live through it.
I just didn't understand. I said, how does someone do that and not just think through it? You can't get away with it these days. Yep. And he says, we've all, been in, however you said it, but basically you were saying kind of in a blind rage where you just sort of black out and you don't remember what you did or realize what you're doing in the heat of the moment.
That's a lot of rages,
by the way, she did this.
He said that to me.
By the way, she does this. She did. I heard her on the other end of the phone go like this.
I was like, what do you mean? Because no, I've been mad before, but
I've never been in a rage where I forgot what I did. And so this guy,
but you've lost yourself in the moment.
Can we go through, you've seen it.
You're not answering it.
You've seen the old Titus when I got mad, when I was going through divorce and I was like incredibly stressed. You saw me just snap and do something stupid. I remember doing it.
But not to me.
No, not to you. No, never to you.
Completely stupid.
But that's what I don't get.
Can I tell about the fist? When I first started dating you,
that I was going to I threatened myself.
He used to threaten in fits of anger to punch himself. And this was when I first moved out here, and he was just leaving this horrible relationship where I'm sure he wanted to punch himself and probably did sometimes, but also the divorce was going on. And I remember just watching with wonder as this happened.
It wasn't wonder. So
how effective is that?
Watch.
Did you duck it?
I scare me.
Yeah, like it's two independent.
What you gonna do, bro?
That's what made me crazy. Dude, you control your hand. What are we doing here?
So
he's separate. He's got two.
Understand. So there was a point we were it wasn't us fighting. If something else had happened, and I was in the car, and we had got a call that they basically said you couldn't see your kids for 3 months or something like that.
Bad,
and I was like, God, and
this
she's like,
he's going like this.
Oh, one of them's Titus and one of them's Christopher. Oh, got
hi,
it.
Mom.
Yeah.
Mom's back. So, yeah, that was when I was much younger and stupider.
It went on for a good long time where I think I started laughing, right?
I was like, God, I just want to punch myself in the face, God. And she was like, this is interesting.
I think once I laughed, you saw it through my eyes, and you never did that again.
No, I was absurd. I was so. It's the anger that I felt at the beginning of that divorce was so intense. I've never.
But you went through something that no one ever probably will or should have to go through, except one of your friends now is probably worse, but I remember I came from normal America to this, and he was desensitized to her and how she did things, and I just was shocked. I had never known that people like that existed, that people would do that to each other. My parents got divorced, and it was like, you suck. No, you suck.
And then they drove away.
Your father sucks. Your mom sucks. But this was a whole other level that you dealt with.
Yeah, it was more of an assassination. She went after, she tried to be an assassin. I was so angry at that time, man. And that you tolerated is amazing. But here's the thing. So what we're saying is, we get how this could happen. We get how you could make the decision.
Hey, I don't.
But did you see the woman? Did you see the woman though? There's a picture of her. She's smiling. Beautiful. They look happy, and she's little. And I'm like, what, dude? Get divorced. As I said in the Armageddon update, did you really hate couples counseling that much? You could have just worked. Mediation is not that bad.
He also Googled 10 ways to dispose of a dead body if you really need to.
That is my favorite Paul
How
Simon
to
song.
Stop a body from decomposing.
10 ways to dispose of a body.
What's the best state to divorce for a man?
You chop up the head, Fred.
No.
Put him in the chipper, Gipper.
No.
Hide the key.
He is accused of assaulting and beating his wife with the intent to murder her. So that's what I'm wondering what they know.
So what made that relationship work out? All right,
But how do they know that is what I'm saying. They don't have the body.
Oh, that's what he charged with. Well, he actually, his father died. There was something from his sister a couple years ago.
Not that. This
I
is
know,
now.
no. I think when you leave the hacksaw, the hatchet, and her purse with her vaccination card in the same bag, and a
blood sample of your little bag of negative. Here you go.
He actually sealed it in a box and said, "For the cops."
Yeah,
that's how bad
23andMe.
Exhibit A evidence. Here you go.
What a moron.
Arrow, this is me. Yeah. This is her.
My phone number, if you need to reach me quickly, is
He's the worst criminal.
He charged with assaulting and beating with the intent to murder. So maybe it seems like they're thinking that he was beating her and that led to her death. But I don't know what they know. They know something. And
which, by the way, goes to
charged with moving her body or remains.
Which goes to the internet search of, can you identify a body with broken teeth? So which means that he made sure he busted her up pretty good. And then he had a hacksaw and a hatchet.
That is so sick, man. It is so sick.
Wow.
In that garbage bag with her vaccination card was a hacksaw, cutting shears, and a hatchet.
She's killed by the vaccine.
Right by his mother's apartment complex.
Is this his first offense? Because he
really went for it.
I don't know, but like 5 or 6 years ago, she filed charges that he was threatening, or it was before they got married, right?
No, that was her sister. I thought it was her sister with the inheritance.
Where he was threatening to beat them both up or something.
And threatening to kill him because his father's inheritance. I think it was a father's inheritance thing. I read some about it. I was writing the Armageddon update, just stunned at this stupidity. I don't think we've ever had a worse murderer. They caught him that day.
Okay, here's how bad.
By the way, how bad was he?
So bad. He was so bad that. So I guess it happened on New Year's Eve. Maybe alcohol involved. I don't know. In the early morning hours of January 1st, in the hour before he originally told investigators his wife had left home to catch a flight to D.C., there was no plane ticket purchased. There are cameras everywhere at the airport. You have to check in, go through TSA.
She took her normal ride to the airport. All they did was call, hey, did she take her normal ride to the airport? And the company that was her normal ride said, what?
Oh, God.
He's the worst liar. During that time, he Google searched on his son's iPad, how long before a body starts to smell, how to stop the body from decomposing, how to bound a body, 10 ways to dispose of a dead body if you really need to, and how long for someone to be missing to inherit, and can you throw away body parts? He created a timeline.
Here was his brilliance. He did it on his kid's iPad. No. He killed it.
Exactly.
He's 7 and he's crazy.
But think about that.
Get me out of here.
You've seen The Omen, right?
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah. Damien, come talk to the policeman.
He kills her and he's already thinking how long for someone to be missing to inherit.
Oh.
Why would you Google,
that's the
can
motive.
you throw away body parts? What does that mean? Legally?
Well, he didn't want to get in
Cars.
trouble.
Car
He didn't want to get in trouble for doing that. I mean,
By the sanitation department that's like, hey,
Yeah.
we don't take hands or feet. You know that. Like, what?
Yeah, right.
Why would you Google that? Of course you can.
That's
you
on
just
Tuesdays.
don't tell
This is-
anyone. Right, exactly.
well, if you've already
Green
committed,
can,
if you already committed the worst
biodegradable.
crime that is basically across the board legal and biblically, if you've created you're like, I don't want to make the garbage men mad. I don't want to offend the guys at the dump.
Like, why would you ever Google that?
asshole. That's very funny.
So he's been arraigned. He shook his head as they listed his Google searches.
By the way, I love that was his argument.
How long does DNA last? Later that morning. Can identification be made on partial remains? This is later in the same day. Dismemberment and the best ways to dispose of a body. Dismemberment and how to clean blood from a wooden floor. See, he literally built a timeline. What happens when you put body parts in ammonia?
YouTube.
What happens when you slip on the blood because I hurt my leg?
Do you still take your kids to school after killing your wife?
What happens after you nap after you
How long
murder?
before the police find the DNA?
Then he searched, is it better to throw crime scene clothing away or wash them?
Holy shit. See, this
Well,
is why.
you know why? Because then he would have to go to like in Marshalls or something, TJ Maxx, and get some new clothes. And
Yeah,
he's
yeah,
like,
yeah.
I can't.
God.
Yeah.
Not till this inheritance comes through.
Right, come
Ain't no
on.
way. I can't just get rid of a bunch of
The
clothes.
next day, he got up
It's winter.
and Googled hacksaw best tool to dismember. Can you be charged with murder without a body? And can you identify a body
Look,
with
he's good
broken
at
teeth?
Google. He's good at Google.
By the way, you know he
He's
could have
very
been
good at
a
Google.
data entry guy.
Detail.
This guy really could have worked in an office. What do you need me to find? I'm on it.
But if he knows to do all these searches, wouldn't he know that they can be tracked and they can be seen?
Yeah, he
There's
would think
records of
so.
this stuff.
But that's what I'm saying is
The
like,
same
doesn't make
day
any
on
sense.
January
I said,
2nd.
haven't you seen Pulp Fiction? Like, you just have to watch one movie to go,
That's
oh,
what I mean.
Oh, by the way, we should probably clean this
Or
up.
every TV show.
Ever.
On January, that same day after Googling those three
If there was
things,
only a TV
he
show
went to
on.
Home Goods, purchased
fucking
3
Dragnet.
large
They're gonna-
rugs.
Yeah.
Then he left Home Goods after buying 3 large body rugs and bought cleaning products, mops, brushes, tape, tarp, a Tyvek suit with boot covers because that doesn't alert anyone.
He's like, just go buy the murder kit. Just call up one of the mobs. Guys, you guys got a full murder
could have
kit.
gotten a discount.
Yeah.
Buckets,
Amazon
goggles,
sells a
There's
murder
like a
kit,
bulk,
don't they?
yeah.
Doesn't Amazon sell a thing?
Yeah.
buckets, goggles, baking soda, and a hatchet.
Baking soda to kill the smell.
Yes.
It's the dumbest murder. I mean, I can't even fathom. It's almost like a joke murder. I've never seen a joke murder before.
Keep waiting for like Andy Kaufman to say I'm
Yeah, her
alive
wife.
and
If his wife showed up, she's like, "All right, they got,
I gotcha."
then they have him the next day on surveillance video traveling to a dumpster where people see him and he's recorded carrying and discarding items that appeared to be extremely heavy. So he's on video.
And dripping.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I've never seen anything this bad. That day, January 3rd, he Googles what happens to hair on dead body. What would that be about? I don't know.
Maybe he was going
Was
to
he making
donate her hair to
Locks of love.
Yeah.
What is the rate of decomposition of a body found in a plastic bag compared to on a surface in the woods? That was a Google. Let me say that again. What is the rate of decomposition of a body found in a plastic bag compared to on a surface in the woods?
At address.
Well, one of the like there are no search results for that.
And
there's
can
right.
baking
I
soda
bet you
make
Google
a body
popped all this shit
smell
up too.
good?
Baking soda.
Can baking soda make a body smell good?
Oh my God, man!
I don't think we've ever had anyone more
This
dumb.
stupid. No.
Well, here's the thing. How many searches did it take? He went through all these searches and somebody wasn't just like, hands up.
Yeah, all
Like,
that
how
stuff
many
they say that
times?
they're tracking us is really wrong. They're not tracking us. If this guy basically
takes a long
searched for a
time.
day and a half of how to kill,
It's
bury,
been 4
and make
months.
up.
How decomposed?
Like nobody's watching you. Snowden was wrong. Snowden, come home. You were wrong.
You know what he should have Googled? Can Google searches lead to you being
Arrest.
charged
Yeah,
with
there you
murder?
go. No, I didn't search
On
that.
January 4th, the day that her employer had to report her missing and the police came to interview Brian Walshe, he that same day bought towels, bath mats, men's clothing, squeegees, and a trash can at TJ Maxx. When authorities got to the house, they saw that his Volvo had a plastic liner and the seats were down. A few days later, the liner had disappeared and there were fresh vacuum streaks on the carpet. I've never, and then we have the guy, the criminology, who was actually a teacher's assistant in Idaho.
See, so is it okay? If this guy, obviously, just seeing the guy's picture, the dumbest guy I've ever seen. The other guy, though, is a flat out psycho. They said that he's not shown 1 ounce of emotion since this happened.
What other guy? Who's
The
the
guy
other?
who killed
He
the
had an
4
accomplice?
kids
Oh.
in
Well,
Idaho.
this guy doesn't seem to be completely sane, I'll just say.
No. You think?
Yeah.
I just think that the level of narcissism that you think that you're not even trying.
Yeah.
See, like you just like you didn't clear your computer.
No.
You didn't. There's nothing.
And then when they searched his home, they found blood all over the basement, a damaged knife with blood
broken
on
knife,
it,
a broken
another
knife in the basement.
and a heavy-duty large type tarp and plastic liners.
Maybe he just killed her because he was tired of her bitching about him never cleaning up.
Yeah, and he said,
Maybe
I'll show you,
God,
bitch.
you just leave shit all over the place. And he's like, yeah, all right.
Yeah, you.
Let the record show for the audio version that I am shaking my head.
I'm just saying it's not. By the way, just so you know, I don't find anything funny about this man killing his wife. I don't find that. What I find is how ridiculously absurd, inept, stupid, ignorant, and just insane this guy is. I find human nature is so absurd. You know, you see all these stories. There was a movie with Anthony Hopkins a while ago. It was Anthony Hopkins and Ryan Gosling. Do you remember this movie?
Oh yeah, that was a good movie.
And he had planned
Spoiler alert.
Yeah, it's a great movie, man. But the
Was it Meet Joe Biden? What was it called?
Spoiler alert is he killed his wife, but he's a genius.
But he's a genius, and the way he did it, they couldn't get him. And even at one point, they kind of nail him, but there's no way they can prove that. Fracture. Great movie.
Did you say a few years ago?
20 years ago, right?
This kind of stuff lately is it's blowing my mind. 2007.
Wow.
It's like almost 20
we're
years
driving
ago.
home from the cabin. We might have said this last week, but I still can't get over it. And Sully, Captain Sully,
Sullenberg
was on
landed that plane.
The news.
Yeah.
You know how long ago that was?
Do you want to guess?
10 years ago.
Titus?
14.
It was 2009.
Oh, it doesn't.
Which you even, 10 years. It feels
I was thinking
like
the movie. Isn't there a movie?
No, it's 2003. It's 14 years ago.
It was 2000. Oh, sorry. I'm looking at what's the year? We looked this up and I was so
Sullenberg.
blown away by it.
Because it feels like yesterday, doesn't it?
Yeah.
No, it was 2009.
Yeah, 14 years. 2000.
Yeah.
It's 2023 now. It's crazy.
But I thought I would say 7, maybe 8 on the far
end, right.
reaches. And my friend Amber said last night, because we were talking about this in 2 weeks almost, it'll be 6 years without my mom. And
Wow.
it's like,
Feels like yesterday again. That's another one.
it's mind-boggling. And Amber said that she said it's also compounded because of COVID, because we all lost 2 years.
But can I say that? I was saying to you the other day, I don't remember, like for 2 years, we pretty much didn't do anything. 2 years.
No,
I don't
you
remember.
said this to me, and then I started counting how many live streams we did.
how hard we were.
How many do you think we did?
Is that why the time went by that fast?
We did more than probably one a month. I feel
Which
like
we
around
didn't
there.
realize. We were thinking like 6. I think we counted 14 or 15.
14.
Yeah.
It was like 14 or
Yeah.
15.
And so that means we were
Yep.
working our asses
And we
off.
kept it going with
And
Rod, the
writing.
podcast and Armageddon updates, and we didn't stop it anywhere in
No,
there.
we
Is that
still
why-
did the podcast every week.
Uh-huh.
You were still doing the,
Is that why it feels like that? Because I guess we were busy the whole time, and not only we were busy, we were trying stuff that was really hard. We were
Yeah.
like sketch shows.
It was
By the way,
so
we have a new
fun.
sketch show coming up in March. We're gonna do one in March.
It was so fun. I loved that time. And I got
Yeah.
to stay home.
We're gonna do a rap one. Dennis is gonna be feature
Oh,
on one of his
Lord.
tracks.
Oh, Dennis, you're gonna let Dennis perform?
No, it's
Well, we'll
like
see.
you're gonna play the record company executive that brings Dennis in because this is the hottest guy on TikTok right now. We're putting him on your track. You're
Wow.
gonna sell a million records, and then we got to write the song. And Dennis is not his verses. His verses are not.
You got to
gonna
see
work.
him on TikTok doing his verses. Man,
Yeah, we got
he
to.
shows them, you know.
Yeah, so that's
examples-
That was our pitch. We were talking about that.
I love Dennis, so I'm excited
Dennis
about
featuring.
this one.
Got to get a
Um,
giant chain. Dennis
Yeah, I
walks
know.
in, hat on the side. Yo, what's up? We gonna drop this or not?
no.
In front of my Lamborghini.
Oh no. We still need to have Dennis's girlfriend, Denise, on.
Denise has gotta be on.
She's having a hard time, but
Super sweet.
she wants to do it.
Super
Denise wants to come in.
Yep.
She's really got Dennis just all wrapped up. And she's always bored and says,
Super sweet.
but bored about everything he says.
Hey, Denise, guess what happened? I went to the bank today. It turns out that I have made 2.1% interest on all my investments.
I can't do it. I can't.
Super sweet.
I can't do the thing. I can't.
She can't roll her R's.
Oh,
and
you
I
can't
can't do
push
the
it to the
spit
sides.
back up.
Yeah.
I don't know how you guys. I've tried.
Because
What about?
we're okay. So you've been beautiful and busy your whole life. We're dumb. we've been in
We've been
bedroom,
to
our
juggle
bedrooms
and
going.
fucking-
Yeah, I know how to juggle.
I can juggle.
We
There's
can
shit.
moonwalk.
There's
I
shit I
mean-
know how to juggle. Yeah, rah, 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 rah.
Learning martial arts and fixing cars. And
I was at a.
I had to find something that where I could like
a
myself.
think tank school in New Orleans, and I got into the
Of course
theater
you were.
program, and I had to make my own juggling balls with sugar and double bagged balloons, and I had to do 12 full rotations in order to pass one of my classes.
that sounds like you worked for a cartel.
You know, you
What?
can fill like double balloon and then fill it with sugar, and it's hard because you have to keep pushing
That
it to
wasn't sugar.
expand. And they get about that big, so they're heavy, but it's
Oh, that's how you made your juggling.
heavier than sand, so they land well.
Project Adventure. There, I swear to God, there is a movie in Project
Yes.
Adventure that we have to do. Like it's like born. It's like
That's
it's like
gotta
a funny
be
version
one of the sketches.
of the
It's like
Born
a-
Supremacy.
Does
Project
my
Adventure.
perm
recruitment
get
video.
caught in the rappelling rope?
just saying.
That
Just saying.
would
Just
be-
saying.
He was on the phone with Billy Gardell the other night. They always talk late at night.
Yeah, I get phone calls from Billy Gardell at like
We
midnight.
always know it's him because
Yeah.
he's coming home from filming
Uh-huh.
Bob Hart's Have a Shoulder or whatever. And so I told him that story, and it was quiet for a second, and then he just burst out laughing because I don't think he expected that that's how my school
Yeah.
life went, but it was.
She was hanging from 1 inch off the ground from a zip
So
line
my
by her
toes
hair
were-
because it got caught in the zip line thing and it
Because
wrapped
that
it
bitch
up.
let go of it on purpose,
Oh,
and I had
I like that you
Girls
don't
are
hold a
vicious.
grudge.
I had taken my perm bangs and done a braid thing, and then taken a denim barrette bow, big,
Mhm.
you know,
mhm. There's
And then got
there's
on the
as
zip
mistake.
line.
everyone would.
Yeah.
During zipline
Big
day.
floppy
Yeah, of course.
Dumbo thing.
When she let it go, it went and wrapped inside of that. It took about 45 minutes for them to get somebody to get me down. And my toes, I was just using my toes.
This
Dangling.
poor little girl just hanging from
I
the-
missed my next class, most of it.
Hey,
because
I
of
have a
that.
question. So let's play this out.
Mhm.
Because what does the defense attorney say about this guy? Well, like, what do you?
Oh, yeah,
because
who's
the guy.
getting that?
Oh no, be clear. The guy pleaded not guilty. Did
Yeah.
you? Did you? Because I picture if I'm the judge and they goes not guilty, I just go. I'm sorry. Give me a second. I'm sorry. Not guilty. Do you want me to write that? You want me to write that down, right? Not guilty. He's pleading not. Hey, everybody. He's pleading not guilty. Okay. Like what do you do? How do you like not guilty?
I don't know, man. Some
He has to
things
get a
of
trial.
late make me not sure this is going to go the way we want it to go.
That's just legally an option, right?
I mean,
no matter what,
There's
you can
a
say.
dude in New Mexico who lost the election, went around telling
This is
everyone
new,
it
yeah.
was rigged. He was the GOP choice to run for the party
He had
and
done
had
seven-
done 7 years
years.
in prison for
Wait.
like 5 different things.
For a couple years before he became the GOP candidate in Arizona, right?
New Mexico.
New Mexico. Same thing. New Mexico. He had done 7 years in prison, and the GOP presented him as the candidate for the local.
Oh yeah. See, this is what I was saying before. It's like they do not give a flying fuck.
Lost in a landslide. Then, of course, election was stolen. It was rigged, blah, blah, blah. And then hires people to go shoot at the homes of the 4 Democrats that he blames.
So this is on the news this
for
week.
it.
So basically, they drove around and drive by. They basically blood and crypt these other people who ran for office and won.
And this is from the group who's always claiming that they're the ones being
Law and
attacked.
Law and order.
They're coming for our guns. We got it, and they're always being accused of being silenced or whatever, when they're the ones who are always doing the attacking.
Always. Well, if we want to talk about that, I'm going to get Marjorie Taylor Greene, the Gazpacho police person, has now been put in charge.
She's on the House Intelligence Committee.
No, Homeland Security. She's
And
the head. House Intelligence.
How can you put someone that says Gazpacho police on anything called intelligence?
Right.
She's got 2 of the most powerful committee placements. George Santos, he gave him 2 committee seats. 2.
We don't know his name really.
Anthony
Vandalay.
DeVolder. Yeah. While he's under investigation by the FEC. I mean, it's like, so confused.
But I'm not. Here's why. The GOP is so narcissistic and full of themselves, and they have no standards, they have no integrity, and they have no ideas. There's no new ideas. They're actually what they're gonna do is they're gonna charge. They're gonna bring in investigate Fauci. That's what they're gonna do. They're gonna investigate Biden for what? But they're not going to do any. They don't have a plan. There's no. How do we get the economy going? They don't give a fuck. How do we get more jobs? They don't give a fuck. They're going to stop they're going to maybe limit the debt ceiling, but that's because they want to make the economy crash so they look better. This has never worked for them. Trump did this for 6 years. This has never worked for them. It will not work for them. What will happen is when you put the dumbest person on one of the biggest, most powerful committees, that person will fuck it up. She's not going to get smart. She's not going to get smart, become a genius, and make it work. She's going to be a clown. I can't wait till
her, because she had lost all committee assignments for Jewish space lasers, jokes about Holocaust denial, calling for Nancy Pelosi to be hanged. Then Paul Gosar put out a video where it's like an anime thing of him slaughtering AOC. So he lost his committee assignments. They're both on several of these most powerful committees now. Boebert, Ding Dong, it blows.
What happened to you needed to be have super high SAT scores? You had to go to certain to get into these Homeland Security. Don't you need
you shouldn't
go through FBI
you shouldn't
training?
Have been tweeting in 1776 or that the insurrection's a good thing. You shouldn't be on Homeland Security.
What expertise does she fucking have?
She doesn't.
A GED that you took just to run you failed
and that
the
no
first
one
time.
no one can prove that you actually passed.
I don't understand.
But here's when everybody reacts, because it does stress me out. I watched Marjorie Taylor Greene on TV, and I just thought, and here's what happens with dumb, arrogant people. Dumb, arrogant people. She gets the job. She thinks she's earned it.
Yes.
So she will think, I'm in charge now.
Yes.
Dumb people get this thing. The great thing about smart people question, should I be doing this? I better practice. I better figure it out. Dumb people go, I'm the head of shit now. Let's go.
Yep.
And what ends up happening is they are going to trust me, they're going to fuck it up so bad. They are going to send this country down a road that has to be stopped by the rest of them. And what I think is going to happen is this. The 20 people that kept Kevin McCarthy out for 14 or 15 votes, those people are now been bumped up because that's how they got the votes. He basically put them in charge. And what's going to happen now is, now that you put the clowns in charge, the circus starts. And when it starts, there's going to be half of the GOP is going to go, we have a choice. We can either end these guys or we can end the entire Republican Party.
Do they have the power to do that?
I think what'll happen is they'll just vote with the Democrats. There's going to be going to be, they only need 5.
Yeah.
McCarthy's only 4. He's only got 4 extra seats. He only need 5. And that they let this guy George Santos, who's got 2 different names, who was kiting checks in Brazil. He's being investigated. The dude's being investigated by another country.
He also, now they've linked his campaign funds that miraculously appeared to 2 Russian oligarchs, who have been sanctioned by the U.S.
Yeah, so the guy's now connected to Russian oligarchs. He's being investigated by the SEC, FEC, and then investigated for a bunch of shit, right?
Check hiding,
and they don't even know his name. She showed me the video. There's a dude, a buddy goes, I've known this guy as Steve.
Anthony DeVolder
for a long time, but he wants me to introduce him as George Santos.
How is this legal? If it's legal, we need to make it illegal.
It's voter fraud. That's what I'm saying. It doesn't matter. It's not the ballot box. This man committed voter fraud on
someone else.
Yes, they voted for an entirely different person. This man committed voter fraud on everybody, one of his constituents of who he's representing. All this shit is bullshit. He actually said, dude, this is the best one. This one blew me away because this is so easily checked. He said that he went to Baruch College, right? Played on the volleyball team, right? And played so hard, he had to have both knees replaced.
The lie is just, it's like one for no
but
reason.
But no reason. Like, why would you say that? You were a college student. Why would you need both knees replaced?
First of all, that's a good one to use because I've never even heard of that college. Like, I went to, have you heard of it? Baruch.
Well, the guy that he was doing the interview with went there.
He goes, I went to, he goes, yeah, I did. The guy goes, I went there too. He goes, oh, it's a great school. And the dude is like my ex. He just rolled right with the lie. He goes,
he's like Kaiser Soze.
He goes, I played. Yes, exactly. It's a guy
just like
much less cool.
But
this episode brought to you by I Keep Trying.
Well, just jump in.
Yeah, I did. HelloFresh. HelloFresh.
I just got like a little bit of like a mouth-watery feeling.
If you guys haven't tried it yet, you should just try it once. You're not going to stop after that once. It's a great way for our New Year's goals. Like most of us have committed to eating well. Some of us haven't been as successful so far, but they really want to be. But also, one of the things that we got tired of doing in December, because it was holiday time, was takeout, ordering food from different restaurants. This is having takeout level restaurant quality food in your house that looks like it, tastes like it, and is as varied for a fraction of the cost. That's what I love.
And it's delivery.
And it comes to your house.
It's like delivery too.
But here's the thing.
And you're cooking it fresh.
Here's what's great about it is that like you and I have this argument sometimes. I'll call home. I'm coming home from the studio. What do you want to do? And she's like, I don't know. What do you want to eat? And we do this thing. And then and she's at home and she gets frustrated. Like, what do I make? There's stuff. But this stuff shows up and you go, oh, I'm making this.
Yeah.
This looks awesome.
I love it. It shows up. You can do, so we'll do our plan that we're on right now is two people, 2 meals for 3 nights a week. But you can change that. You can add or take away. You can do it for bigger family. And then you have every bag is pre-portioned. And on the outside, it'll say what it is. You can scan the QR code to see the recipe. And you just pick from those 3 things that we have in our fridge. And it's always something that we wouldn't normally have. So and I always do, because you can pick your own recipes. It's always varied. Like I usually will do a steak thing, a chicken thing, and a vegan. They have a lot of vegetarian, vegan options now.
But it's always, it's not like you're just eating food to eat food. It's always great. It's always thematic. I like it's every and she's actually so you get the recipe card. She's taken the panko chicken. She makes her own version of the panko chicken now.
So there's over 35 recipes that you can choose from every week. So and you can choose, or else they'll select 3 of the fan favorite ones for you. So just go on their website and look. I was just looking at things that they have available.
But is it cheaper than groceries?
You can go by far, and you're not driving to the grocery store. It's coming to your house. Truffle risotto with herb chicken is on next week. Doesn't that sound awesome?
Yes.
Or you want to go healthier, vegan peanut sesame noodle stir fry. I was just looking for our thing to pick what we wanted. And you can always add. If you see more things you like, you can add. They now have snacks, side orders, desserts at the HelloFresh market. You can just add them. So just go check out their website. Obviously, we love this company and Highlander uses it as well. Yeah. Go to HelloFresh.com/Titus21 and use code Titus21 for 21 free meals plus free shipping. It's already way less expensive than regular cooking or restaurants. HelloFresh.com/Titus21, promo code Titus21 for 21 free meals plus free shipping. America's #1 meal kit.
Even though you know what you're getting, you still get the bag and you open it up like it's a present.
Yes.
Because like the ingredients are like,
Yes.
all right, I got extras of this.
Yeah, he actually takes like I don't want that much seasoning. I'm going to put this.
He
in.
meters his
I'm gonna-
seasoning
Korean
out.
barbecue
for the-
sauce is
He
going to
puts
be.
it in other stuff.
Yeah, it's so good.
That's why I said you're supposed to. No, they do always give you extra
Isn't it?
seasoning
Yeah.
and stuff so that you can kind of season how you want. And so he uses it for a long time. Yeah.
There was a helicopter went down in Ukraine, took out three of the top guys. We don't know if it was shot down for a crash, but it took out three of the top guys. Zelensky said he said the pain is unbearable. So three, it was like this.
That poor guy.
For me, you know, it's weird. As we were just talking about Zelensky today, because by the way, there's a war going on with like one of the major superpowers who we realize is not a superpower really. Russia, you know, they have nukes, but if they maintain their nukes, as I always say, like they maintain their trucks, we got nothing to worry about really. It's gonna go shh.
Yeah, it's amazing that little Ukraine is stopping the giant Russia.
Yeah.
And they've been just bragging about themselves for 50 years, since the Cold War.
Yeah.
Well, but at that time, he was not updating any of his equipment.
Yeah, it's since the Cold
Sorry.
War. Yeah,
exactly.
It's the same tanks.
Yeah, right.
Some
wanna
of them have
put-
I love Elvis stickers on the back.
You didn't want a WD-40, those tank tracks or anything? No,
No, nothing? Okay. No, we must buy yacht, so we don't need to repair the cars. I'm going to buy yacht. That's what happened. They used all that money, and they kept telling the people that their military was huge and it was the best in the world. And man,
They still have like
It
dartboards
would
with
be
Sean
like-
Connery on it.
it would be like if the U.S. military got
Movie.
taken out by Modesto.
You're right.
Like, what happened? Modesto kicked our ass. We got to regroup. So Ukraine is basically now the problem is we are getting deeper and deeper. We're creeping. It's mission creep. We are creeping into some serious weaponry that we're giving them. And now there's Ukrainians in Oklahoma training to use the Patriot missile systems.
Mhm.
And the problem with that is at one point, we're at war with Russia.
Yeah.
And-
I mean, Modesto has, you know, like Japan and
yeah. At one point, I'm a little bit worried about that. If you know how world wars start, it's because of it is literally the blueprint. You know, one company helps a little bit, then they help more, then they help more, then they help more. Next thing we know, the country they're fighting attacks us, and then we're in it, and then we get England, Japan, and then China comes in with Russia. And it just if you've played Risk, this is how it works.
Doesn't he have something going with Belarus as well? Aren't they?
Yeah, Belarus
thinking
is a
they're
tiny-
entering the war.
I think what happened. Well, here's what happened. Belarus attacked, and then Ukraine went after bomb some shit in Belarus, and I think Belarus went whoa. It's like the dude in the fight that gets I'll fight him, and then he gets punched in the jaw. You're like, what the
Why'd
fuck?
you hit me? Why'd you hit me?
Yeah, you whoa. I'm not fighting that guy. Why he hit me in the face? So I think there is and it's what you say. You can say about anybody who's gone up against a more imposing force and didn't give a shit. So there's a point when you get to life where you're like, okay, you know what? I don't care if I die, and you can't fight that guy.
Yeah,
you can't fight, and you can't find
That's what
2
happened in
million of
Vietnam.
them. Vietnam. As I was going to bring up Vietnam, is you can't fight people that have nothing to lose, and the Ukrainians.
Yes.
The problem with Russia is they've leveled Ukraine, big chunks of it, and they're like, we don't give a fuck.
There's-
Do
what
not
else
come
is
to our
there?
country. What else is
Yeah.
there? I will take you out. And I think I'm predicting the next 3 months, there's going to be many more attacks in Russia, and they're going to take the fight to Russia. And and the people are already, you're hearing little things. You're hearing like they had a meeting where they would denounce Putin, and there was a meeting, and that guy hasn't fallen out of a window yet, but there's been a couple people that are staying on the ground floor of every
I was
building
going to
they're
say,
in.
I would
They're just what
highly
happened.
recommend.
He died in the basement. I think
Oh man, I didn't know you could kill people in basements too.
So I think we are in for. I just wish it was over. Someone needs to deal with Putin, whether it's lock him up, or he needs to step down, or however Russia.
Who was
does
that
it.
I was reading? It was somebody that was formerly worked for him in government. Remember, wrote an op-ed, now lives in Poland or somewhere safer, and said the only way that this can go is he's going to be taken out before he will not live to see his next birthday. I know how this works when things start to go. I have to look for that op-ed.
His like 30th birthday, according to Russian propaganda.
Yeah, exactly.
And the Russian military is getting its ass handed to it. And then there's a thing called the Wagner Group, which are mercenaries, and they took a small town that had no strategic meaning at all to the war. But one of the heads of the Wagner Group went to Finland. He said, "Fuck this," and then he said, like, these guys, he goes, they're out of control. He goes, basically, all the Russia's doing is throwing men as meat. Yep. They're just throwing meat in front of the Ukrainians and letting them be killed, and I've never seen.
And then even lying to the families, saying they didn't recover the body, so they didn't have to pay the families like an insurance amount. I mean, it's this whole thing piling bodies up.
It's going to be a flip. There's going to be a hard flip. The Russian people are already pissed off. And here's the shitty part. The really shitty part because human beings are human beings worldwide. The problem I have is that Russia has so many natural resources. They literally could be a world power. Like China may beat us, but they're going to beat us by making iPhones. Yeah. They're not going to kick our ass attacking us. They also know that's the reason that China won't. People go, China's going to come after us. No, they're not, because then their entire country shuts down. Yeah. If they don't have fat Americans buying shit, then their country closes down. You're
right. Russia could be like the world leader if they just change their view. The leader's view.
Oil production. They have the reason they wanted Ukraine is for all the agriculture, and you just go, you guys are fucking it up. We don't live in that world anymore. There's too much technology. We know what you're doing. We got satellites watching you. We know what you're doing as you're doing it. What are you doing? Why don't you just become part of the team? This is why the aliens don't land. It's why the aliens don't land. They're like, when these fuckers wise up, we'll go help them. But until then, we're just going to fly by and just...
Putin came out and said that Russia's economy beat expectations. So the Washington Post published this story that said,
what were the expectations?
Fail? No, you moron. He's lying. Just like...
But also...
the Washington Post
did
a story about
fail?
that? Oh,
yeah. Why are we...
By the way, it's a very vague statement. By the way, the economies beat expectations. We thought we were shitting bricks. Turns out we were only shitting small stones.
Only a little mortar. And it wasn't...
A lot of analysts believe that Putin is about to announce another mobilization round because
who are they sending in now? Children?
What are grandmas
they like? Who are they? They already got all the 60-year-old men. They were going after 60-year-old men.
They're just cardboard cutouts.
60-year-old women next. January 18th.
Steven Seagal movie posters.
Chuck Norris.
Suddenly he'll think women have more value, I bet. This episode brought to you by ButcherBox, another company that we love, another company that's helping us save money and keep our New Year's resolution.
The stuff you made at the cabin, that steak we had at the cabin, man, what?
Rosemary, butter basted.
No, I knew she totally stole Highlander's recipe. I knew it. I'm like, this is Highlander's
garlic
recipe.
And rosemary butter basting.
And I'm not a big red meat guy,
New
but
York
it was
strip.
so good.
Yeah, I know you're not.
And the chicken we had was amazing.
But I knew you would love that, and you did. You ate every bit of it.
Mm-hmm.
So when we went to the cabin, we realized we could grocery shop in our own freezer. We never went to the grocery store the whole time we were there. We took ButcherBox.
By the way, I know sometimes you guys think we're doing these ads because we get paid to do the ads, and there are advertisers and they help the podcast. But I will tell you this: we had this conversation, and we were going to the cabin, and I go, oh, why don't we just? And I went and bought a cooler bag. And we stacked it full of ButcherBox stuff. And we usually we have to go to the cabin. We stop. We spend 2 hours in the store. Then if we buy it's and we get up there and it's never exactly what we wanted. But you got the shop from your own freezer.
I did.
You had to because you were covered in
No,
snow.
when we left here, I mean. We shopped here in our own freezer because of ButcherBox.
Oh, got it.
And took it up and never stopped to buy groceries or anything. We spent that whole 8-9 days with stuff that we took. Like I took ButcherBox ground turkey and I made ground turkey vegetable stew.
7 days, much too
in
much
the snow. Well, it's still closed. So what are you missing? They closed the road up the mountain. So
There's
I'm
so
glad we
much
didn't
snow
get
that they
stuck
had
there.
to close everything down.
So you can pick. I've told you guys this. You go on the website. It's butcherbox.com. I choose our own plan and customize it because they add different stuff. And you'll go, there's like 12 different cuts of chicken and 9 different cuts of beef. And it's like,
And then
so you
bonus
can
stuff that
explore.
comes up once in a while.
And so right now, that's what I was looking at. Wild caught seafood. They have wild Alaskan sockeye salmon, scallops, salmon burgers, cod, raw wild caught Gulf shrimp. And then they also have things like cold smoked sliced salmon, you know, like
Scallops.
cool stuff. Bison, if you bodybuilder. Hot dogs, chicken sausage.
Why did
apple
she go to
chicken.
Russian on that one? The bison didn't roam the plains of Russia.
Because I was thinking of Sylvester Stallone as
You
Rocky.
could have
See, I
Fighting
saw
a
that
bison.
movie.
you could have gone. By the way, the bison roamed the plains for many years,
You know,
and
I'm
now
not
I get a
racist.
total pump.
Highly recommend during the season, snow, rain everywhere, the either ground beef or ground turkey vegetable stew.
Oh,
it was healthy and so comforting.
It was that stew you made with that. It was so good, and I think we froze some of it to have. For later.
So
it's
that when
awesome.
we got back, we could have some. It was really good. I
ButcherBox
made a
kicks
huge
ass.
pot. It comes to your doorstep.
it.
You get free shipping in the continental U.S. No extra fees. Like I said, pick your own, or they'll pick it for you. You can change it whenever you want. And the most important thing for us is that it's humanely raised. They don't have antibiotics, added hormones. You get 100% grass-fed beef, free-range organic chicken, pork that's raised crate-free, wild-caught seafood, all super important to us. So all you have to do, they're doing a New Year bundle for free. You get this whole thing for free plus $10 off when you sign up today. That's what you get for free is a 14-ounce pork tenderloin, 2 pounds of ground turkey, and 4 top sirloin steaks for free in your first box, plus $10 off. Sign up at butcherbox.com/Titus and use promo code Titus to get this offer. You'll save so much money too.
Yeah.
I'm tired of, I got really sick of spending. Groceries are getting more, stuff's out of control. And so ButcherBox, HelloFresh, companies like that have really helped us.
Do they have eggs yet?
Although I will say this, that the inflation dropped from 8%, it's now 6%. It's under 6%, so it's coming down. But the problem is people keep saying there's recession's coming, and there's no evidence of recession coming.
Yeah.
None, and they keep saying it.
I think it's the global analysts saying that we were headed for a global recession was what made people think that we were headed for a global
I'm telling you, every time
recession.
I've read the analyst stuff, I've read it. They keep saying it's possible, it's possible, it's possible. Nobody's saying there's no economic indicator that says a recession is coming. I think what happened was during COVID, people got to this place where, because COVID came out of nowhere, so we have this paranoia now that everything's going to go bad. And if you know history, every time we've had, this happened in 1918, 1919, 1920, everything went down because of that pandemic. And then they thought all the way through 23 that, holy shit, the economy's crap. And they kept going and kept going and kept going. And the economy boomed all the way to 29. And in 29, they passed. The economy was booming so hard and other countries were making so much money, they tried to pass a trade agreement, Smoot-Hawley, which basically shut the entire... On that Thursday, the stock market crashed, lost like half because of this one trade thing where we tried to become protectionist. And I think if we don't make that mistake, if not, I'm getting out of everything at like 28. I'm out. But I'm saying my prediction is this. I'm not saying I'm right. The next 5 years in this country are going to be booming. It's going to be crazy.
Have you heard that speaking of the future things, problems, 2024 is going to be the hottest year
I just heard that
ever
today.
ever?
Yeah, in every... They said the last 5 years have been 4 of the hottest ocean years of all time.
Oh,
Never. It's just every year it's going up.
I heard that today.
And I
was
think the
like,
one
oh,
year it
good.
missed, it was because the guy was off on Thursday and he didn't get the temperature
Right,
reading, so it dropped it under.
Yeah.
So like the ocean temperature is doing this. And what people don't get about climate change, and here's what they don't get. By the way, just think about the ozone. Can we good news? You see the ozone has replenished.
Good.
They said that the 20 or 30 years of us taking the CVCs out of the air
Nice.
has repaired the ozone.
FCs.
Back to big
CFCs,
hair.
whatever. Yeah, right.
In spite of Donald Trump,
Yeah.
we have managed to reverse it.
Over Mar-a-Lago, there is a hole in the ozone. There is a hole specifically because of
Although
Donald.
Maricopa County's high ozone pollution is worsening. I like to go and see, like, that's
Maricopa is the hardest red part of Arizona.
Course.
Oh, yeah.
The ozone hole shrank, showing the world can solve environmental crises, scientists say. That's really interesting.
Just those two words, ozone hole, is not a good.
Trump did talk about that in his speech. What are they saying? If I'm in my living room and I spray my hairspray, that it's going to get outside and affect the ozone? Come on.
Did he really say that?
Yes,
I mean, I'm not
at a
surprised.
rally
It's any
thing.
stupid ass thing
He
he said.
thinks if he does it inside, how could it possibly
doesn't float
get up
through the-
to...
He's
Yeah.
very scientific.
He's exactly. Yes.
Scientific.
The ozone layer is healing. It's not safe from harm forever. It depends on what we do. PBS reported this month that the ozone is slowly but noticeably healing. Every 4 years, they do an assessment, and in early 2023, the findings were finally on a positive side. They say that the hole in the ozone layer over Antarctica has the potential to be fixed in 43 years if it continues to heal at the current pace.
And the good news is that they cut those chemicals 20 years ago, 30 years ago. So it's taken a minute, but it proves that climate change can be fixed. The problem we have now, back to the ocean temperature. So here's how climate change works. See this table, people? Imagine this is Antarctica and it's all white. What it does is reflects the light and the heat and back up into the atmosphere. That's what it does, to the space. Well, when all that ice melts, the ocean is this color. And it just absorbs heat, which makes the ocean hotter, which absorbs more heat, which makes the ocean hotter, which absorbs more heat. Next thing you know, there's no ice. And you're driving across the poles, and we're all living in a fucking shitty Kevin Costner movie. So
Drink and pee.
Drink and pee. Thank you. That's what she remembered from that movie. That's what I'm
Isn't
saying.
that what
Do you
we
want to
all
drink
remember
pee?
from that movie?
Then maybe buy an electric car.
Of course. So
Feel
Buy an
drinks.
electric car or drink pee.
So the
There you go.
ozone
That's
layer, we actually have a new ad coming up soon that
helpful.
will help with
Yeah.
this. The ozone layer helps absorb radiation from the sun,
Mhm.
which prevents it from reaching us. It also protects us from UVB light. So without the ozone layer, that gets through. It's linked. The radiation is linked to a lot of different things. For us, it can cause a higher risk of skin cancer. It's been linked to the development of cataracts. Wildlife, it disrupts their development. So, I mean, it's like there's a long list of things that you don't want to happen.
Here's how dumb people are. People actually have this weird. So whenever people get mad at me, you said you lefty man. I'm like, dude, it's just that's how shit works.
Yeah.
I'm not being lefty. I'm like, oh, if we kill the planet, we die, assholes.
Oh, maybe that's
Like-
what Trump was looking at, was the ozone. When he was just like,
Yeah. When he
That
looked into the
hole.
eclipse.
Over
We had a
Antarctica.
president that the news was saying, guys, don't look directly into the eclipse. The leader of our country was like, even Melania was like looking through a thing and he's like, oh shit,
He's super
it's getting
stupid.
dark. How can I see anything in the dark? Is that thing it?
The episode today is also brought to you by Athletic Greens, another company that actually, this specifically is on my New Year's commitments. I'm not calling
Every day.
them
I've had it every day
resolutions.
since
Because
January.
it's on my commitment,
Yep.
so I hand it to
Yep.
you mixed already, and he drinks it.
By the way, you could kill me quickly.
He
could,
put
whatever
on
she
his
hands
New
me,
Year's
commitment
resolution.
she's on.
Yes.
she's like hands it to me,
Exactly.
and I just go. I don't even ask what it is. Okay, drink it.
this year I will kill Titus.
Because I've got convinced him to take anything I hand him, and now I will.
Well,
get
one time I handed him half of a Xanax because he was really a little
Oh.
randy how he gets, and he
Used to
just
get.
took it, and then he goes, "What did I just take?" And I go, "Oh, just vitamins and stuff." And about half an hour later, you go, "What did I just take?" Like you
Yeah, it
were
was much
totally cool. It's way easier than grinding it up in his coffee, which is how I did.
I
it
heard
before.
a Prince slow jam, and I'm like, "Yo, what did I just take?"
My sister texted me one time. This was with her ex, but she goes, "So how did you grind it up in his coffee? How much coffee? And can he tell? Does it have
Don't
to have
Google what
sugar?"
you're about to do.
Yeah,
Just
exactly.
like-
yeah, and quit calling me on the phone. Don't text anything.
No, my sister and I text on Signal. That's my family. We text on an encrypted app.
oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm too trusting.
I started taking Athletic Greens because of gut health, although it has helped with so many other things. I take it every day. It helps me to create a habit with it by doing it at the same time. So what my commitment was when I wrote down my New Year's stuff was I was going to do it first thing every morning on an empty stomach. I just think that sounds awesome for it to flood inside my body before I put any other crap in there. So I take it first thing in the morning and it gives me energy. I feel like I'm giving my body the nutrients that it needs. I feel like I miss that a lot of times. I feel clear-headed. I don't know why, but it's
I like the energy. I've been working out every day. I've been training martial arts, teaching my son martial arts right now. And it makes me, I just know when I get up the next day, I don't know if it has anything to do with that. I feel less sore. I know when I take it right before I go work out, I'm better in my workout.
Helps with energy for workouts for sure.
I'm quite happy with it.
It's you just
and it tastes good. For
one
God's
scoop
sake.
of the powder in the water. I actually have started your body tells you it likes something, and I've started craving it after I have my coffee in the morning because I do love the taste. It's kind of a tropical taste. You take one scoop of this powder, put it in a shaker bottle, shake it up. That's all you have to do. It's the healthiest thing you could do in under a minute for your body. I was looking up what's in it because I tell you guys, I kind of generalize it a lot, but it has, if you go on their website, athleticgreens.com, you can see vitamins and minerals, a superfood complex, dairy-free probiotics. So you don't even have to take the separate refrigerated probiotics, plant extracts and antioxidants, and enzymes and mushroom complex, which is great for your immunity. I'm fascinated by stuff like this, obviously, so I like to go read.
What I like about it is it wasn't some corporation that just invented this thing because it was hot. It was a dude that had gut problems and he invented this.
Yeah,
that's what I love about the guy. I love it that it was a dude who's like, nothing else can fix what I have. I'm inventing something, and then he balanced it, worked on it till it helped him, and then boom.
75 vitamins, minerals, superfood. Yeah, whole food sourced ingredients, high quality product stuff too, ingredients. Boosted energy, gut and mood support, better sleep, healthier looking skin, hair, and nails. Highlander, you should start doing this.
Hey, what? He looks good. What
for his hair.
Oh, the hair thing.
Oh, does it help with the top hair too?
Can't
I guess
hurt.
we'll find out.
Can't hurt.
You just like you shampoo with it?
So if you're looking for an easier way to take supplements, I get rid of all of them and just do one thing every day. Athletic Greens is giving you a free 1-year supply of vitamin D and 5 free travel packs with your first purchase, which we use on the road. Go to athleticgreens.com/Titus. That's athleticgreens.com/Titus. Go check it out.
Get Athletic Greens or you're going to look like this. Okay?
Ladies. Support your immune system. We need it now. We got to get ready for
Guys,
Armageddon.
we are going back on the road. We've had a little time off. We're going back to do comedy. You are so... You got to stop that. You've created something.
I don't understand why you don't.
I love being home. It's my favorite thing.
Well.
I know, but you get to change people's lives.
You can't sell tickets to your living room.
There you go.
I can't sell tickets.
By the way, if we don't sell tickets, we don't have a living room. So, there you go. It's a circle that cannot be unbroken.
The circle of life.
I
right
am
there.
headlining Comedy Works in Denver. If you're in the area, please come out. It is Wednesday, January 25th. I'm going to be doing the whole show, Beauty for Ashes. It's changed quite a bit since Scotland.
It has changed quite a bit. She added some cool stuff. There's a couple of pieces. There's a couple of pieces in it that I just, I remember watching it in Scotland. I was like, wow. So, and then I'll be doing Carrying Monsters. Carrying Monsters has become this, it's become a bit, it's taken on a life of its own in some ways. It has this, I think it's probably the most complete show I've written, in a sense. It doesn't just bounce all over with a bunch of stuff no, I mean, in a sense.
All of your shows are complete,
but
beginning, middle, and end.
I think this takes Norman Rockwell to another level.
You're out of your Every show is like just slowly crushing the dreams of young comics everywhere.
If only.
He was doing Fox News in Sacramento today, which sounds weird, but it's the local channel. And he was doing jokes from Carrying Monsters with the guys that host the midday show. And they were laughing so hard, I could hear them way down the hall in a different room. And then the producer emailed me and said, hey, when Titus is in town or in the area, if he's on his way to his cabin, can can we schedule him to come in with us? And it was the carrying monsters jokes that just slayed these guys. It was awesome.
So we're going to be at the Crest Theater
So Friday night, Rohnert Park.
Sally
Tomatoes.
Tomatoes.
Opened up some more tickets. Dinner at 7, show at 8.
Yep.
Saturday night is the Crest Theater in Sacramento, 8:00. And then you can find all these tickets on ChristopherTitus.com. But then the next week, Wednesday, Denver Comedy Works. I'm headlining. You're in the back of the room, hopefully laughing. And then Thursday through Saturday is 26th through the 28th. You're headlining with Carrying Monsters.
Also, if you want to get any of my albums, go to ChristopherTitus.com. They're also on iTunes. By the way, guys, I want to thank you. Zero Side Effects was in the top 10 for weeks and weeks.
Is September you put it up.
September
and it was
we put it
still
up.
in the top
and
10.
as of when we were at the cabin,
It
went to number 5. It went to top 5. That's great. So Zero Side Effects is on applies. If you want to watch it, go to ChristopherTitus.com. Also, Misanthroptics, Highlander's album, which is badass.
Thank you, sir.
Coming up, shows you can check out at ChristopherTitus.com. Chico, El Rey Theater. These are places we wanted to go back to because of COVID. We haven't been able to. Friday the 3rd of February, Saturday the 4th, we're back at Tower Theater Fresno, where you filmed one of your specials, and the drunk
that was the first production we did.
The whole thing, beer bottles rolled down the floor, and then she vomited on herself and passed out.
We learned some stuff after that first shot. That first
Schaumburg Improv in Chicago, February 24th through 26th is coming up as well. These are all some of our favorite places.
And then we'll be
doing.
we'll give you the exact date. In March, we're doing a sketch show. We're going to do from the studio, from the Combustion Live Studios. We are going to be doing our 4th sketch show?
4th or 5th?
Maybe our 5th, I think.
Wow.
Yeah.
I'm excited about it.
Yeah, I am too. Yeah, me too.
But before we go, ladies and gentlemen, today, it's now time for Fun Facts with the Highlander.
Fun facts, fun facts. It's time for Highlanders Fun Facts.
Getting better. Yeah. Don't go any further. Fun facts.
Oh, yeah, you should be rapping Fun Facts. Why are you singing?
Yeah, you need a verse. We need a verse. Next week, we need a verse.
Ladies, he's a rapper.
He
Ukrainian
is.
ladies.
He's actually really a good rapper, actually.
Speaking of killing on the mic and murder and the ocean, everything we talked about today.
Wow.
Okay.
Yes. More people are killed by vending machines than sharks. Also, for all of you Alpha Chick fans, more than 90% of shark attacks are on males.
Yeah, they get it. Yeah.
More than what?
90% of shark attacks are on males.
Men.
Oh, males. I thought you said on nails. I was
On
going to say they just chew people's nails.
They're doing manicures.
What is going on?
These look amazing.
On males, I totally get that.
Wait. Vending machines. I'm sorry. Don't just say some shit like that and then move on. How are vending machines?
I don't have all the data on it, but
because I've been down halls in some of these radio stations and I hear behind me, shuffle, shuffle, shuffle.
Kakoosh.
Yeah, there's a candy machine. Wasn't right there, was it? It wasn't. It was. I passed that like 20 feet ago. Why is it right behind me? Oh well, hit the relevant thing. Bang.
Alpha Chick, speaking of that, is available on Tubi and Amazon Prime and a bunch of other ones. And so please go watch it and leave a review on any of those: Google Play, Tubi, Amazon. It's on YouTube. Go check it out and leave me a decent review.
We are going to have to start figuring out when we're going to film our second specials. My 10th year second.
I'm going to try and film mine 2 weeks before a major pandemic again.
Yeah, right.
I'm going to try that.
So that's how we actually we start to actually measure tragedies, time them, and we when Ray's doing a special. Okay, everyone get in the bunker.
Yeah,
shit's about to break up.
ButcherBox. Exactly.
Guys, thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Do me a favor. Continue to scream sanity in the world, man. When the people are screaming insanity, it seems like it's such a. It's been permeated. It's a disease. It's a virus. Insanity. So keep screaming sanity. For myself, the lovely bombshell Ray and the Highlander. Later.
Peace out.
There can be only one.
Bye, guys.